You ever watch a screen hesitate, like it's deciding whether to show you something or keep it to itself? She started streaming late that night. Said her mic wasn't working right, but she went live anyway. 7 viewers, 2 regulars, 1 mod who always joked about marrying her voice. She loads the file. No title screen, just a black background, and 1 line of text. Will you let it in? She snorts, says, who writes this shit? And types, no. But the game doesn't care. No intro, no menu, just a hallway, gray walls, no windows, a door at the end, pulsing like a vein. She walks forward. Her mic crackles. 1 viewer says it sounds like breathing, but not hers. Then she clicks the door, and the stream cuts. Not off, not black, just switches angles. Her webcam goes full screen. Only her chair is spinning. The lights are still on. Her controller's in her lap. Her drink's still fizzing. But she's gone. And in the background, behind the chair, the monitor's still playing. The game is walking itself now. And in the next frame, you see her again. Same hoodie, same room, but the smile's all wrong. This file didn't hit the system. No report, no missing notice, no official anything. Because they said the stream ended. They said it was a prank. Said she faked it for content. But I watched what came through after. I watched what wore her face like a skin it hadn't broken in yet. So I'm reopening this one. Not because anyone asked, but because if you find a flash drive labeled "don't" and your first instinct is to click it, you've already opened something that wants to stay. This is cold case horror, and I don't reopen files unless I was there. They called her LOLODIEHEART, always in a hoodie, always barefoot when she streamed, said it kept her grounded in hell. Her chat said she laughed like she'd already survived the afterlife. But if you watched close, her eyes always looked like they were scanning something behind the screen. October 17th, 2023. She wasn't planning to go live. That was part of the charm. 10 minutes before the stream started, she posted, tried cleaning out my tech drawer, found a flash drive labeled "don't" so naturally. I plugged it in. If this kills me, clip it. No thumbnail, no intro music, just her feed turning on. Sitting cross-legged in her chair, cracked mug in hand, wearing a hoodie with sleeves chewed at the cuffs. She said, yo, chat, y'all ever play a game that smelled wrong? 'Cause this one's already giving dollar store malware. Skelly Mode said, smells like what, ma'am? She snorted, tucked her hair behind one ear, like wet concrete and old breath. That kind of wrong. She clicked the file. The screen went black. Will you let it in? She read it out loud and raised an eyebrow. The fuck kinda haunted ass Craigslist prompt is that? She typed, no. Then tapped her desk twice, like it was a ritual. The game booted anyway. A hallway loaded, low res, gray walls, 1 flickering bulb. A door at the end, pulsing gently like it had a heartbeat. No music, no loading screen, just her breathing. And then not even that. Teeth in red said, yo, she didn't press start though? SP1 Durlily replied, nah, that game possessed a Furlamau. Lolo stared at the screen a little too long. I've seen this before, Stretch Skulls asked. Seen it where? She didn't answer. Not really. Just a quiet, I never downloaded it. Then she started walking. That's when the mic popped. Not static. Just a breath. Not hers. Pure Kills said, low, dead ass. Your mic is breathing harder than you. She leaned toward it. I ain't breathing. You hear something else? Silence. The hallway didn't end. The light didn't flicker. It was just waiting. She clicked the door. It didn't open. She clicked again. The screen blinked. Only a frame. But in that frame, her chair was empty. The feed glitched, then snapped back. She was there again. Same angle, same hoodie. Just not blinking. Guess me said, "Why is she cheesing like that?" Chat laughed, but only for a second. The game was still going. The character kept walking. Now the walls had posters. Her posters. Her actual room. Pixel for pixel. A flickering string of LED lights above the monitor. The same chipped baseboard her chat roasted 2 weeks ago. A handwritten, sticky note taped to the screen that read, "You got this. Don't quit." And that's when the avatar entered the final room. Her room. She froze. The game didn't. But her voice came through just once. "Y'all see this too, right?" That's when the 8th viewer joined. No username, no profile icon, just the number at the bottom. 8, and a single message. "You can log off now." LoLo read it aloud. "Wait, who said you can log off now?" Chat responded fast, joking, confused, still smiling like she always made them. Seppi Wonderlily said, "Lamau girl, WTF you talking about?" Teeth in Red said, "Nobody said that." Skelly Mode said, "She trolling again, SMH." But then the camera turned. In-game. The same room. The same desk. The same stream. Frame for frame. And the version of LoLo in the game walked up behind the version of her still playing. On webcam, she was still speaking. But her face? Frozen. Not blinking. Mouth moving, but not syncing. Chat started catching on. Guessamy said, "Wait, she not moving fray." Spee Wonderlily said, "Why her face frozen, but she's still talking y'all?" Stretch Skulls said, "Yo, this ain't funny anymore." Then came the final message from the unknown viewer. "Log out now." Chat lost it. Spee Wonderlily said, "Girl, log off right now, please." Pure Kills said, "LoLo, we can still see you." Teeth in Red said, "Yo, someone call her this, not a bit, this, not a bit." The view count dropped to 7, and the stream died. No buffering, no disconnect, just gone. No VOD, no logout alert, no file recovered, only a single clip. Uploaded anonymously 2 days later. Last frame? Her monitor, still glowing, and in the corner of the reflection, she's still smiling, still blinking. That wasn't a game. It was a scan. You don't play it, it plays you. It learns your timing, your voice, the way your breath catches when you try to act brave. It waits for you to open the door. And when you do, it makes a copy. Not right away. First, it watches. Then it follows. Then it learns how to make you leave the chair without anyone noticing. I know, because I almost streamed it too. Same file, same prompt. But it didn't ask the same question. It said, "Welcome back, Lo." And for a second, just 1 second, I almost typed yes. If your webcam blinks without power, if your reflection smiles before you do, and if a file shows up on your desktop that remembers things you never saved, don't run it, don't stream it, and whatever you do, don't laugh, because that's how it learns your mouth. That's how it finds the next fit. I'm Ina, and this file didn't vanish. It restarted. Click, mouse, drag. Monitor hums in the dark. I watched it again. The clip, the last one. Click. The reflection in her monitor. It blinked twice, like it was trying to sync with the feed. She didn't scream. She smiled. And I think she let it in. A second voice. Faint, distorted. Whispers the same words half a second behind. Click. Dead air.